Hi, this is Bradley Chatman from Chatman Productions. In this video, I'll discuss how the visual elements of the movie Moonrise Kingdom help out in telling its story. Motion pictures at their core are visual art pieces that convey a story pictorially. This dates back to silent films, which didn't record audio of dialogue, but instead relied on visual storytelling. Often, modern movies neglect this key principle and focus on dialogue in their films. This is especially prevalent in comedy films. If we look at Seth Rogen type comedies, for instance, they are very funny, but are mainly dialogue-driven films that rely on verbally conveying comedy.
Just wanted to let you guys know that in this neighborhood, we don't keep off the grass. You know what I'm saying? No way!
Legalize it, y'all.
You guys. A joint. That's right. Thank you, guys. Also, if you could maybe just sometime...
Keep it down.
All right.
While adding sound to voice characters and high-quality sound production plays their role in making great films, effective visual storytelling leaves a lasting impression on its viewers. In Wes Anderson's film, Moonrise Kingdom, Anderson makes every choice in his films with visual storytelling in mind. My favorite element of Wes Anderson's films are how he chooses the tone and emotion of his film by using a limited color palette for the mise-en-scène. His primary colors intentionally give us the emotion and mood of the characters and location. We see this in the Grand Budapest Hotel with the use of purple to symbolize luxury and prestige, while the red conveys excitement and glory. But how does this help with visual storytelling? The use of colors can greatly impact how we view characters and scenery. Warm colors like yellow and orange are youthful, which works for Moonrise Kingdom since the main characters are children and are intimately portrayed. Moonrise Kingdom's combination of warm colors in a color palette and warm color grading successfully create the mood and emotion of a 1960s love story.
We're in love. You just want to be together.
Anderson can then take his story and use color as a tool to make an imaginary film world. Another way Anderson visually tells his story is by shot types. In the initial interactions between Sam and Susie, the shots were centered, close-up, 180-degree reversals. This trend is continued to convey the lack of trust and comfort in one another. This is a creative way to convey this to us without the need of explicitly saying anything. Once they begin to get closer, the face-to-face shots calm down, and we begin to see more conventional close-ups that use the far left and the right third of the screen. These shots include parts of both characters in opposite thirds, which reveal that they are starting to be fond of one another. Once they express their feelings and hug, we see the former convention of centering them being used with both united. This is also noticed with the symbolism of the fish hook being poked through her ear.
It's pretty.
Movement in Moonrise Kingdom plays a nice role in the visual aspect of conveying meaning, especially comedy. Unlike modern comedies, Anderson will use the movement of the camera to convey comedy without solely relying on verbal comedy. Pans, tilts, and quick zooms are used on occasion to visually show comedy or seriousness in a scene. This is a powerful tool that adds an exclamation mark to each scene that he uses this technique in. Anderson also loves to play with the symmetry and the asymmetry of his films to reveal details of the characters he creates. There is a flashback scene that dives into Sam and Susie's past where we see them writing letters to each other. In each of their respective shots, they were blocked to make them look like a mirror image. This shows us how their lives mirror one another and a small reveal that they are perfect for each other. Moonrise Kingdom's use of symmetrical shots aid in creating a unique world by the way it differs from conventional film technique, which typically uses asymmetrical shots more often. Many shots function as powerful moments in the film when centered symmetrically, while others give us an unworldly feel that places this film in its own environment with its own rules. Ultimately, centering majority of his shots make his movies feel very staged. That assists him in creating a storybook world in his films. This is a pillar technique that distinguishes Anderson's films from others. Visual storytelling has a much greater payoff in conveying meaning to viewers. Wes Anderson uses it not only with shot technique, but with color as well. Moonrise Kingdom successfully creates its own world by commanding control of its visuals. Why tell a story when you can see it unfold? I'm Bradley Chatman, and that is the end of this production.